What's up out there? Welcome back to some more Internal Suffering. This is episode 19, and this game mode is definitely living up to its name. This has been some internal suffering. I still cannot get through the impending darkness event. I have been struggling. I have been fighting with this thing, and I just can't get it done, and it's kind of frustrating. Partially, it just takes a lot of time. I mean, I have to sit down with this thing, and they recommend that you have a couple of hours of time to spend with it, and that's to get through the whole thing. But the problem is I keep starting off, getting through maybe a part of a phase and then dying, or I get through phase 1 and phase 2 and then die. Like I can't get it together enough to continue forward through it. It's been a real struggle on here. So some of you have given me some very valuable advice, and I've tried and I've changed some things here and there. Like in the last video, I think we were testing out stuff with the Earth Layered Shield just to see if it was going to make that much of a difference. The damage reduction did help a little bit, and the next time I went through it, I got through the Unhallowed Wasteland part. So you do Unhallowed Wasteland, then you come over here to Dark Waters. But the problem was, I don't know if I didn't switch fast enough or what, but I got killed by an Umbora. I think I was fighting, I think I went off from fighting a Rockin into an Umbora. So I had my magic character on this, and it switched me over to an Umbora. I was trying to heal up, and before I could even get down and switch my combat style, the Umbora just killed me. Because it's against the combat triangle, so it was a bad thing. That's the last time I tried it. It was not necessarily a pleasant experience going through the Red Claws, but I made it through fairly well. So here's the changes that I was recommended to have made. There are 4 places in here where you can get hit points. One is this cliff balance. You get 2,000 here. Rocky Waters, you get 5,000. Let's see, this, you take the Pillar of Combat, you get another 5,000. Ice Jump gets you 2,000. There's one more there. I guess I forgot about the Pillar of Combat, but there's one more. Is it this one? Yeah, this one here gives you another 2,000 and 2% damage to all monsters. The problem is I cannot take this one because the only way you can get Swordfish is cooking, and I don't have cooking anymore. I've gotten rid of that, so I can't use it. So I've got as much health as I can, even against my will in some respects, because I didn't want to take, is it this one? Yeah, I like this 1% damage reduction, but 5,000 hit points is a lot of hit points. So I went ahead and got this. Let's see, I changed Lake Swim out to Rocky Waters and Spike Jump versus Pipe Crawl. I switched this one out too. This gives me 8% damage to Slayer monsters. Oh, I guess I should add, I already had Cliff Balance. That's like one of the standard ones that you take. And I already had Ice Jump. The only one I got to change was Rocky Waters. Like I said, I can't get the Swordfish, so I can't switch that one out. So I thought on Pipe Crawl, instead of taking this one here for Raft, what I had was 5% damage to dungeon monsters and 5% chance to double loot. That's because I could get it. I decided to try this one, and I ended up getting this one here, this 8% damage to Slayer area monsters, thinking it would help out a little bit more, because I don't know how this is viewed. Like, this is a dungeon that takes you into Slayer areas, right? So does it count the Slayer stuff as Slayer? I would assume so. That's why I'm using the Slayer's crossbow. But at any rate, I redid those things in my agility side. I've got some extra hit points. I've got this extra damage to the Slayer area monsters. I don't know how much it's going to help, if any, but I figured I would try to eke out every little tiny bit of stuff that I possibly could. And I went through all these, and I tried to figure out any of the other ones that might be useful. This is good, this Lake Lava Waterfall Dodge. I mean, I don't have fire making, so I can't take it, but it's not as good as 5% damage to all monsters. So, yeah, I figured even if I could change some of these, I probably wouldn't, because I like where they're at. So I did as much in here on the agility side as I could. I also ran agility to get this, because this has got a 5%. This starts with normally a 10% loss of Slayer coin. I ran agility overnight or whatever and got it up at 99, mastery level 99. So this dropped to 5%. Let's see. So then I sat down and I did a bunch of Slayer stuff, and I got a whole bunch of Slayer coin to buy a whole bunch of sharks. And you go into the shop, you go into Slayer, and you buy these generous resupplies. They give you light, well, you don't care about the light runes, but they give you sharks. They give, I was buying 100 at a time, so you get 20,000 ruby bolts, 20,000 sharks, and 100,000 magic bones. So that's why I have 7 million. I had 7.5 million prayer points. That's why I had like 150,000 ruby bullets. Like I had this up to 6 or 8 million Slayer coin. And so I was thinking, all right, this heals for a lot more hit points. It'll use fewer fish for food or whatever. But the thought process was that maybe it would help out. I could have a nice big fat stack of prayers, and I could have some ruby bolts to buy me some room to do things. So that's what I did. And like I said, I attempted it. I ended up getting through the first part, and then I ended up dying to that Umbora. So I did figure out a way of idling the greater skeletals. I don't know if I need protect melee and protect item on, but I have such a shitload of prayer points. I just left it on. And I've burnt down a decent chunk of my emerald bolts. I'm still saving my diamonds and jade stones. And I can use these ancient javelins. They don't do nearly as much damage. So I may end up getting killed by this thing. I've been letting this run all afternoon, and it seems to be going okay. I also spent time idling out the fire god place. I spent a long time. I have hundreds of pieces of gear there because I wanted to make sure I had enough of these gloves and enough of these fighter rings. Now, the thing that I care about is the glove. And the glove itself, I want to say, is probably 1 or 2% less damage, 1% less than these poison virulence gloves. I don't think these are really helping me. Like, they're not giving me as much poison. I could probably throw the poison shield on here and maybe get a little bit better, poison, but then I lose some damage reduction. What I'm gearing up towards is if you get these gauntlets, and this is what I care about, it's the gauntlets. And of course, they're the hardest one to get. Nope, I need to upgrade. When equipped with, so just as a passive by itself, you get a 15% chance to ignore stuns and freezes. And one of the problems that I'm having with those red claws is that they stun you. Among all the other crap that they got, the other one with the bleed damage would be good to not get too, but that's fighting red claws, and I don't really have a way of idling red claws. So I'm going to try. I mean, I could probably use this to idle red claws, but at some point I'm running out of ruby bolts. We've got 10 days left in this event. I'm running out of time all the way around, and all I need to do is try to get through the damn thing. So I'm trying to get these here, and I'm probably going to let this run overnight if I can. I'm halfway there on the desecrated bones, and I'm pretty well there on the undead essence, but the bones are the ones that I need. They're the ones that upgrade the gloves. So I'm going to work on that. I'm going to see if those gloves make any kind of difference at all in any way, shape, or form on those red claws. I don't know if they will or not, but I'm trying to put enough things together, and I still maintain, for me at least, that whether I get through this event or not, the impending darkness event, is going to be based on how many red claws I get. Because if the fewer red claws, the better I go, Like I died on this last one to something outside of that, but that's the first time I've died to anything outside of red claws. It's always been red claws that have killed me. Pretty much. So I don't know that I have much hope of getting through it. I have plenty of food. I have more than enough food, different qualities of food. I've got the best armor that I can put on. Like, there's just nothing else here. And I don't see a way I can get around those red claws. And a lot of it's based on, I think once they hit you and get you bleeding, that's when you take a whole bunch of negatives, and then you can get stunned, which adds 30% to the damage or whatever. So you just get hammered all the way around, and there's just not really much practical protection from them. I did consider also throwing on, because I'm now running the Earth Layered Shield, I thought about tossing on it's going to lose some damage reduction, but I can put the Ragnar boots on and the Ragnar plate legs. I can switch those out. It's a little less, 2% less damage reduction, but, well, maybe not. Oh, it's just defense. Scratch what I was saying. I thought there was some better attack bonuses with this thing for ranged. I thought this gave decent ranged. No. A little bit of defense, but I thought it gave actual, never mind. I'm not going to try it then. I thought there was a better attack and strength bonus. I thought that was the point of this, is it gave you better bonuses for those, but apparently I was wrong, so I'm not going to bother trying that. So at any rate, that is where we are, and that's what we're doing. I'm going to grind out the rest of these greater skeletals, get those gloves upgraded. I still think it's kind of BS that you can't use the damn rings. You know what I mean? Like, they give you this set and then they don't let you take it into the event and fight this stuff that you fought to get the damn thing. So kind of shitty. Anyway, that will do it for this one. I'm kind of frustrated. I'm really ready to be done with this event here. Like, I'm not even excited that I'm at the end. I've been at the end and I just can't get pushed forward. I just want it over with. So in 10 days, it's over one way or the other. So through the course of this week and probably this weekend, I'm going to try to spend as much time as I can to get through this thing. And I don't know how I'm going to do that because I got to spend time. That's the other thing I really don't like about that dungeon. You have to sit there, physically sit at it. Like, you can't idle any bit of it, which is fine, but there's so many trash mobs, and the trash mobs are worse than the bosses. Anyway, I'm going to beat that horse dead real fast. But trying this, seeing how this goes, and that will do it for this video. We will catch you on the next one. Take care.